Welcome back, friends, to another reading for the collective. My name's Ross, and I pop on here every Tuesday and Thursday to offer these readings. I like to think of tarot not so much as fortune telling, but as storytelling. So if there is an aspect of your story that you would like more insight into, or maybe a narrative in your story that you'd like to change. Ooh, the star and the hairband, the sacred hairband that hold the cards together was upside was not upside down, off of the cards. I'm saying upside down because of the card I saw underneath. The hangman reversed. You're coming down off of your cross of understanding. And it's very interesting that this is coming up even before we get into the reading, because there were two things I wanted to share before we got into it. One, capybaras may be a relevant sign for you, so be on the lookout for those little fellas. And I was sitting with my plant friends yesterday, and the download I got was that old furniture won't fit in new spaces. Old furniture won't fit in new spaces. Meaning, quite literally, sure, the old things that you had might not fit in the new spaces, whether that be stylistically or literally space-wise, but also it feels relevant in the sense that the old habits won't fit in the new places that you're going. The old versions of you won't fit in these new paradigms that you're shifting into. And you have been shifting, you've been doing the work, as we've seen in a lot of these recent readings. And with the Hanged Man in reverse here, you've put yourself up in that noose. You've tied yourself to the tree, the world tree, and you've seen things from a different perspective. And now you're coming down. And you never lost your shine. You never lost your smile. You never lost your peace. So this is you today, the Hanged Man in reverse, coming on down. So beyond all of that, if there is something else that you would like insight into, another aspect, or maybe it is the aspect of what it is you're looking at differently, what it is you need to see differently, or are being invited to see differently, then I invite you to hold that in your mind or in your heart, wherever it feels most alive for you, most activated. And we'll take 3 deep breaths into that space, and breathing out with a sigh, a moan, a hum, some kind of sound. And so breathing in and out. 2 more times, breathing in and out. And last time, breathing in and out. It feels like this is ego related. And I may have mentioned this here, or I may have mentioned this elsewhere, but I've definitely mentioned it, that the whole concept of ego death is much too yang for my liking, much too aggressive, much too unnecessarily aggressive, mostly because the ego is an illusion. How can you kill that which is unreal? It would be as if you saw a shadow and then tried to attack it, or if you see this smoke and try to grab it. Killing the ego is the wrong way of going about it. Reparenting the ego. Now, there's a different way of looking at it, a different way of looking at it. Is that what we are looking at differently? Show me. Something wants to come out. Is there more for this? Okay, let's start with that. Yeah, judgment in reverse as well. So this is just bringing into deeper clarity or deeper understanding the whole idea of judgment. And I know I've talked about this before, but the only judgment your creator can make about you is that you are my child and I love you. That's it. That's the whole message. That's the judgment. 555 as I'm saying this. That is the judgment of your creator of you. It's not that you're sinful. It's not that you are bad or wrong for existing, that your existence is an accident. You belong here. You are safe to be here. And with this in reverse, it is suggesting, much like the Hanged Man in reverse, that you are looking at those ideas of what judgment means differently. Right side up, it's this image of an angel blowing a horn and kind of awakening all of these characters from their coffins, man, woman, and child. The judgment of God comes for us all. But like I said, we're looking at this in a different way. We're not seeing it as damnation or a guilty verdict or anything like that. The judgment is the only judgment that your creator can ever make is that you are a child of the universe and the universe loves you. And with the Hanged Man here, a character who intentionally puts themselves in uncomfortable situations so that they can see things differently. For the Hanged Man, this judgment also extends to others, not just yourself. Because if God created you like themselves, however you define them, then they also created your brothers, your sisters, everyone else like them. And so you're taking that judgment not only of yourself, but of those around you, those in the world you see. Four of Wands reversed on the bottom. I just saw that there. We can see this as 1111. Either way, it's the idea of a happy structure away from society when it's upright. And when we see it reversed, it's still the 1111. That aspect hasn't changed. So what's coming through for me is not so much walking back from simplicity to grandiosity, but appreciating what you have right now. Like maybe it's not exactly what it looks like. Maybe your idea of happiness isn't exactly materialized yet, but it is coming. And you're learning to look at things differently. You're learning to appreciate what is in front of you and not judge it. Excuse me, confirmation burp. Anything else on this? What else do the folks at home need to know? What else is available? Thank you for the gifts you have given me. And thank you for being here. Like I said, I post these every Tuesday and Thursday. And is there anything else with this? I thank my Father for his gifts to me. I thank God for my opportunity to read this. And I thank God for you and for the fact that there are so many different ways of connecting. All right. I think this is a good place then. It's pretty clear. You've been doing the work and you're starting to see things differently. So why don't we bring it on home with these What do the folks at home need to know? What's a way to bring this on home, to share it in a different light, to give them something else to ponder, or maybe just affirmation that this message was for them and that they are on the right path? I say that with air quotes because the only path you could ever be on is the right path. 35, risk and dare reduces to 8, and there's a little unicorn there. Do we have any other 8s here? No, what we got? We got 12, 20, and 4. Risk and dare. I guess we don't need any other numerology references when we've got the 1111 and the 4 of Wands here. 35, risk and dare. The first time a young eagle tried to fly, it fell on its butt, but knew it had within itself to look out upon this world from the sky and know how immaculate all really is, and then nearly fainted in awe and thanks. It's not going to be comfortable and it's not going to be easy, but it is going to be marvelous. Growth requires the risk and daring to go beyond your own certainty. Now is the time to leap and build your wings on the way down. Ooh, build your wings on the way down. Very interesting. The Hanged Man coming down off of his self-imposed cross. And there was this realization I had about birds and wings and flying. And I've never been a bird. I have plenty of bird allies, but I've never been a bird myself, so I can't say this with 100% certainty, but birds are always in the state of falling. They have a choice when they're gliding on the air of whether or not to turn their wings in a way that allows them to stay up or to fall. And even when they're flapping, each time they bring their wings back up, there's the chance that they won't come back up. But you've come back up. You've come down off of the way that you've been seeing things. You're learning to judge less and understand and understand that the Creator exists within you and exists within all that you see. So even though the life that you're walking toward, they're still walking toward this life, whether it's reversed or not. It's just that, okay, maybe we are reconsidering what we need. Maybe simplicity isn't the same as poverty. That just came through. That might be relevant for someone. It's certainly relevant for me. What does the happy life look like to you? Regardless of whether it is simplistic or poverty-based, you got to take that risk. But you are supported. You understand that now. You understand that now. You've got that. And you've got this, whatever it is that this is. And I want to thank you for joining me today. I post these every Tuesday and Thursday. And until then, I wish you nothing but peace, love, and happiness from this day forward. Take care.